they want whining and stuff. And we've been hearing for a long time that black farmers weren't getting the assistance that the other farmers were getting, and how prejudiced it was. And nobody had a problem with it. Not one white farmer had a problem with it. But now y'all got a problem with the black farmers still producing, still working their farms after y'all got screwed. So now you want to go and destroy. It's typical. 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 You can't stand to see black people with anything. Anytime black people strike out and thrive and flourish, y'all come in and burn it down. Morning, guys. Hey, quick question. Did y'all hear? Did y'all hear about the Texas farmers? Did y'all hear the Texas farmers had to close their farms? Had to shut it down. Texas farmers have gone completely bankrupt. The almighty mass deportation, it hit them hard because ICE came and raided Texas farms, and they gathered up all of their workers, 100% of their workforce, and so they have officially shut down. Yeah. Texas farmers who voted for Trump, who supports Trump, have lost their farms. Add them to Nebraska. Add them to, Iowa? All those states that are where farms are heavy. Add them all to the list. You guys are losing your farms one by one. All because y'all supported and voted for DJT. Hard lesson to learn. That's going to cost a lot of people some hardships. I suggest we get to knowing our local farm producers, huh? I know we have a farm market every, I think it's one Saturday out of the month here, where we have local black farmers bring in their produce and sell it at this farmers market. I think it's going to be a lot of that going on, because they have really screwed the pooch this time. Yeah. So, and now they're crying because they can't get Americans to come and work their farms, aka black people. But one really curious, mind-boggling thing going on at the same time that kind of has me a little, black farmers aren't having these issues. Black farmers are still producing. They're still working. They're still operating. So much so that I've heard, it's been rumored that some of these white farmers are trying to burn down the black farmers' farms because they don't have the issues they have. And the only reason the black farmers don't have the issues they have is because they were cut out of all those subsidies that the farmers were getting. It wasn't for black farmers. So black farmers were never set up for failure. They did what they did on their own. They didn't wait for government, the government didn't give them the extra funds, the government didn't come in and save their day. They just rolled their sleeves up and went to work. They didn't complain, they weren't whining and stuff, and we've been hearing for a long time that black farmers weren't getting the assistance that the other farmers were getting, and how prejudiced it was. And nobody had a problem with it. Not one white farmer had a problem with it. But now y'all got a problem with the black farmers still producing, still working their farms after y'all got screwed. So now you want to go and destroy. It's typical. 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 You can't stand to see black people with anything. Anytime black people strike out and thrive and flourish, y'all come in and burn it down. Not because we are physically threatening you, not because we have harmed you, but because your jealousy and your hatred. Rosewood story. When they raided those black people's homes, when they came into that town to Rosewood and started butchering and killing, they were in one house of one of the people, and it was the son of the woman that Esther Roll played, and he played the piano. He played the piano. He had a piano in his house, and when they broke into his home, one of the white tea men was sitting over there looking at his piano. How come he got a piano? I ain't got a piano. You don't even know how to play a freaking piano. You didn't even want a piano. You just hated the fact that a black man had something you didn't. And that's all Rosewood attack was about. Rosewood was a flourishing black, prosperous town where black people were living just as good, if not better, than some of the whites there. And it was all their material gain that had y'all so triggered. So when that white woman lied, that's all y'all needed. And y'all went in there and tore everything up, not because they, like I said, not because you were threatened, not because your lives were in danger, but because you hated the prosperity of black people. And it's the same thing going on now with these farmers. But y'all, you did this to yourself. These are, I keep saying, it's self-inflicted. You ruined your farm. You destroyed your farm. So take it out on you. Don't take it out on black men out here working their ass off, doing what they gotta do, and no support like y'all had. So leave them folk alone. Y'all brought this upon yourselves. Deal with it. You went out there and wholeheartedly voted for Donald Trump, supported Donald Trump, and some of y'all still hollering y'all still support him, even though y'all done lost all your livelihood. You can't fix that. You can't fix that. Leave it alone. That's to the grave. Yeah, that's to the grave. You don't even waste your time on that. It just keeps coming down the shitter, doesn't it? Every time you think one thing, every time you think you can't get any worse, guess what? Here comes another load. And this ain't the last one coming. I just thought y'all might want to know about those Texas farmers. Yeah. Yeah, it's bit them as well. Yeah. I know y'all saying, how you laughing? And it's gonna affect us. Baby, everything affects us. We always laugh. That's how we heal. That's how we heal. That's how we get through. We've learned to laugh. Something y'all would never, ever be able to do. So, anyway, y'all have a great day. I just wanted to bring that little tidbit to you. And I will be talking to you guys a little later. Y'all have a good one. Hey, Jason's Farmers, before I get the hell out of here, one quick question. Yeah, I got a question. Is it great again yet? Asking for a friend. Have a great one.
When it comes to the white farmers who are losing all of their workers and are about to lose their farms, I say that's the way it was always meant to be. You were never meant to employ all of these people for little to nothing / nothing when it comes to your ancestors and be able to make a profit off of it. It was never meant to be the cool rad thing that your family does for generations to make money. It was never honest work. It was never honorable. It was always tainted. It always involved holding people against their will to squeeze every single dime you could out of them, whether by force or by threat. It was always about that. And it was never right for this country to make that their foundation and their road to wealth. And so now that it's crumbling, we are returning to the original form of what things should have been. So there you go. I get that they work hard and some of these farms have been passed down from generation to generation. Well, for generation after generation, we've had all of the stuff that you have piled onto us passed down each and every time. I don't want anyone to suffer out here. I don't want anyone to be on the streets or lose their possessions or anything. And I don't want anyone to be exploited for their work either. I don't want anyone building off of the backs of people they deem less than. So if you're already doing that and you lose the things that you've gained, if you're finally reaping what you sowed, so be it.
Oh, I'm laughing at these white farmers that voted for Trump and now they're losing their farm. Oh, so sad. Man, you know, you MAGA followers, my bad, need to pick yourselves up by your bootstraps. You tie them things up real tight and get in them farms and get the plowing. You better go hire some MAGA people. Oh, they don't want to work in your farms. You thought when Trump said, oh, the immigrants are taking black jobs, you think we didn't know what he was saying?
these mid-scale farmers are going to be losing their farm? Buy some land. If you can afford a raggedy Cadillac and Mercedes-Benz, you can afford 5 acres in the country. Yes, I said it. Yes, stop buying them cars, stop buying them designer clothes, and buy 5 acres in the country. That's the first thing we can do as black people. Don't leave that money in the bank right now. Buy some land when it's going to become available. And you heard it from me first. There's going to be a lot of land for sale in America, and we can't let Bill Gates and China and the rest of the people buy it. That's the first thing. We have a rich history of farming. I bet everybody on that panel came from somebody's farm and somebody from one of these southern states here in the country, and we have a farmer in our family. Tell the rich story of history of what our forefathers did. We own 20 million acres. We're the best farmers ever in this country because we survived with no loans. We survived with discrimination. We survived with ag companies not supporting us. And we're still here by the grace of God. And guess what? We're going to survive. You want to know why? We survived slavery. We survived Jim Crow. We survived sharecropping. All the things that they thought would put us out and put us down, we're still here. We're still here by the grace of God.
A lot of white farmers are scared. They're struggling with new rules, losing money, and blaming the government. Some of them are even crying out for help. But you don't hear much from black farmers. Why? Because we already know the game. For years, black farmers have been left out on purpose. The system was built to push us out. Our land was stolen. We were denied loans. We were shut out of programs that white farmers used to grow rich. So now, when Trump's policies or government changes hurt white farmers, we don't feel the shock the same way. Why? Because we were never included in the first place.
Have you noticed that there's one group that has not made any noise or made videos complain about Trump's policies hurting them or their business? Black farmer. How many videos have you seen of black farmers, excuse me, making videos going, oh, I'm going to lose my farm because Trump cut off benefits. I'm going to lose my farm because Department of Agriculture no longer gives me subsidies. How many videos have you seen of black farmers?
This is
So in this video, literally, we are seeing black farmers, how they're thriving, they're surviving under this difficult situation that is happening in America. Right now, we're having white farmers complaining that they are making losses, they're going to lose their farm, they're not able to pay their mortgages because right now, there are no workers working those farms because of this mass deportation, because majority of the workers who used to work in those farms were the immigrants. That is the Latinos community, the Mexican, those are the ones who used to work in those farms. And right now they are being driven away. There's a lot of mass deportation happening, and so no one is showing up to work in those farms. So the farmers right now, they're crying literally. They're saying, oh, they wish they could turn back the clock of time and change the way they vote. But unfortunately, karma is a bitch. Unfortunately, this is what they call FAFO season, and it continues to affect the farmers in America, and especially in the red state, because red state is where most farms are in America, and that's where the MAGA voters are majority. So now we are seeing this video where the black farmers are literally advising the black Americans, the black people in America, that this is the right time to buy land, especially if the way you want to buy designer, the way you want to buy Mercedes-Benz or those classic cars, those beautiful cars, they're expensive. So like, instead of buying those expensive cars or designer clothes, why don't you buy land, invest in land, because at the end of the day, that's an asset and it's gonna grow in value over time. So basically, that's what encouraging black Americans, black people in America, to buy land, because it's an investment and it's going to help you along during for generation and generation if you continue investing in land, and of course building it and investing in the land. And they're giving an example, like, the black farmers have existed since the slavery time, and black farmers are thriving even as they overcame the Jim Crow, the sharecropping, all those situations that were being thrown at black farmers, and they survived, they persevere and survive, and right now they are thriving. So they're like, even the policies that are being put for farmers, they were literally favoring the white farmers but not the black farmers. But the black farmers has always managed to survive, to thrive during the harsh conditions that are in America. So in this video, literally, they're saying black farmers are next in terms of BURNT, the situation that is happening. So is it true? Only time will tell. But the thing is that's happening right now is crucial. It's very sensitive, and people need to be very careful. But at the end of the day, just know that black farmers are thriving. Black farmers are doing whatever they can to survive in such harsh conditions. But in terms of the white farmers right now, they're literally crying, they're literally feeling sorry for themselves, and they might turn that anger against the black farmers. So this is a delicate situation. I hope things don't turn the way they do, because according to history, we've all seen how the white people usually retaliate against the black people in America, and usually it's very, very cruel. Because if you look at the lynching that used to happen those days, especially in the southern state, it was really, if you look at that, it was really cruel. It was very painful, and it's been happening. And I don't know if it's, I don't know, right now it's not happening, but it used to happen a lot. A white person usually lynch a black person, and there is no criminal charges pressed against them. The Jim Crow, which laws which were passed through those days, yeah, it affected black people, and all of them were being done by white people in America. So right now, for the black farmers, they need to be, like aware of what's happening and read the room, so that to be safe, and of course to be able to take care of themselves in the long run. But as for the black people, black farmers are advising black people in America, this is the time, you need to buy asset, buy land, because very soon, white people, white farmers, and or should I say farmers, are literally losing their land because they cannot pay their mortgages. They cannot, their business are losing money, because at the end of the day, with the loss of workers, then there are no, there's no job at all. So the farmers are losing, incurring losses left, right, and center. So very soon, these banks are coming to close down those farms, and this is the best, and they're going to put them back in market. And so the best time to buy those land, instead of waiting for other country like China to buy those land. The land should belong to American people. Anyway, let me know what you think about this video, and do you agree what's happening, and what are your comments, what are your thoughts? Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think.